Tamo Andrews said, "To be sure, didn't my lucky Shamrock fail me and the Rovers? Weren't they all now just too big, too fast, and too skilled for our poor Leprechaun 13? Those FC fellas. There was a Guinness or two sunk in commiseration, I'll tell you that for nothing. Though if Drinkwater and Maguire had played, it might have been a different story. Don't worry, though. The Wolves will be in for one hell of a game on Monday." Oh, Tammy.
We'll get to that in a minute. And Phil Hayden says, "It was a good win and some great teamwork for a change, but even with this great score, silly mistakes were made which need to be sorted. We have a great young players coming through who like to show their skills, which is nice, but better when the score is in our favour." Yeah, one of the best things about reading out Friday reviews is the hubris before Monday's results come about. But there you go.
Can we cover off that incident, the unsavoury, the two unsavoury incidents before you get into your swing of sort of what you've prepared on this one? Al. So first of all, on the flares, we've talked about this before. I'm fully supportive of banning these little pricks who think it's appropriate to do stuff like that at our matches, and throwing bottles and things like that. All plays into this thing as well. Now, I don't know if you've seen the photo that's been doing the rounds, but it looks like some little 16-year-old prick who doesn't have a fucking clue better. And that made me sort of start thinking the ban for life thing is maybe like ban him until he's got some common sense, but not ban for life, if you know what I mean. Because he's gone to that game thinking, this is going to make me look well cool, well hard, amazing. Do you know what I mean? I think we need to start self-policing as fan bases, but it's hard to, because you're scared of what the repercussions might be, because people aren't afraid to smack people these days and stuff. But someone needs to pull that kid aside and say, this isn't right, you need to take a sit down, don't go to any games again this season. Every game that you go to for the next couple of years, you need to turn up at the gate before the game, basically empty everything out your pockets and everything, and you and anyone you're attending the game with. And if we see a flare at a game, whether you're involved or not, you're banned for another that season. Or, do you know what I mean? Try and stamp it out somehow. But I did start to feel lifetime bans on little 16-year-olds who probably are just stupid.
Yeah.
But it's not. But it's awful, and we need to stamp it out. And it's not all kids that are doing these things. We know that as well. So so that's my take on that. But what was your take on the double sin binning?
Okay, so this is possibly going to be my least popular opinion of the day. For me, it's a penalty in terms of the shoulder charge.
Yeah,
that's definitely a penalty without question. You can't argue about that one, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think it was trying to shoulder charge, or do you think it became a shoulder charge as he reacted to the kick and it just went out of shape? But still, it's a shoulder to the. I thought it was. Was it to his head? You'll get to
I didn't. To me, it looked clumsy rather than anything else.
Yeah.
So that that's been a rule for a little while, and that's a penalty, and that's fine. What I don't agree with is Scott Taylor's actions.
He should have been sent off.
Yes.
Swinging arm to the head. Direct swinging arm onto the head. There was intent in what he did, whereas there was not necessarily intent in what Crooks did, even though what Crooks did was equally as nasty and deserved punishment, and it got punishment.
Yeah, swinging arm to the head in this corresponding fixture last year. Beretta Framo got sent off for something that was more forceful, but was basically the same offence. To me, sorry, he should have been sent off. That's a red card offence, because how you can justify that to me is it's not defensible. And again, it comes back to that point we made the week before about the line on Grace. It's care for your fellow professionals, and it was totally unjustified attacking somebody with a closed fist around the head. So that's a red card. Sorry.
Talk to me about the good stuff.
About the good stuff. Can I talk about one more bad thing first?
Okay.
Not in the same league. Actually, I thought KR were in this one until we worked out that Will Oakes can't jump. And it cost. I think that cost them. It certainly cost them from the kickoff, and then it cost them for the try, didn't it, as well? So to me, that they were almost back in the game before that happened, and they just that was a bit disappointing from his point of view. I would say.
Well, scoreboard wise, they were in the game the full first half. It was after half time that it got pretty filthy.
Ridiculous. yeah, it did. And I've got to say, ultimately the scores. I've said this on Twitter. I thought KR quit on this game. I thought after about 60 minutes they completely quit. They stopped putting their shoulders into the tackles and they started just falling off. When you've got Minicello, with the great respect to somebody of his vintage, walking through like he did, that's always a bad sign. So that was very disappointing. I think they've got to be disappointed with that in terms of letting the game get away from them as they did. Other than that, I don't know. It feels a little bit unfair in terms of the balance of play, but ultimately, in that last 20 minutes, FC did they were lethal with the chances they had. They took every chance that they had in that last 15-20 minutes and blew the score out. So I suppose you've got to credit them for that. What about you? What did you think?
Well, I haven't paid as much attention to this one because I gave the game to you. But I've got to say, some of the tries in the second half, Jack Logan's hat-trick try and Connor Wynn's try were really nice tries. But I suppose kind of plays into what you're saying, were Hull KR really giving it full pelt at that stage?
No, I
to push out to a record victory in the Hull derby, I think, underlines that only one team really were in this game in the second half. A couple of the other tries were a bit soft as well, weren't they, when you think about it? Even earlier than that, the Paya try was absolutely pathetic defence. The Minicello try, great work by him, but who was there to stop him? No one seemed to really try.
No, I think that there's worrying signs for KR in my eyes. I mean, I think they're definitely casting their eyes towards the bottom of the table now rather than anything else. So they're not playing well. They're not playing well either, which is the trouble.
No, both teams were carrying injuries. Arguably, Hull FC were starting to get the skill players back, but maybe slightly further away from the first choice side with, the fullback, the winger, the back row not being first choice. Slightly further away, I think, they were than it's hard to say, but I don't think either side could claim injuries over another, could they, in this one? Just one team really did hammer it home. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a West Yorkshire derby to talk about next. Leeds Rhinos versus Huddersfield Giants. It was 30 points to nil at half-time in favour of the Leeds. Probably their best half of rugby this year. Saw them take an unassailable lead in this one. 38-18 was the final score, so a bit of respectability for the Giants. 13,743 saw this one, and Robert Hicks was the man with the whistle. A load of the stats, actually, were in the Giants' favour in this one. Possibly because of that second half. They made slightly more metres, they made 4 more breaks, as well as more offloads and more tackle busts. Leeds had a 6% worse team tackle success rate, although they managed fewer errors and penalties, as well as a better average gain. Individually, Wellington Albert getting the start in this one, 136 metres, 3 successful offloads. Tom Briscoe a try, 5 tackle busts, 126 metres. Ash Hanley a try and 132 metres. And Tumiola Lola here, playing at fullback, a try, 8 tackle busts, 137 metres. For the losing Huddersfield side, still some gallant performances here. Darnell McIntosh, a try, 16 tackle busts, 200 metres, 5 clean breaks, 3 successful offloads, earned him a rest on Monday. I don't know if they if they should have done that, but just about got away with it. Jerry McGilvery, 152 metres, Jordan Turner, 137 metres, so that right edge for them working strong. And Cruz Leeming, doubled up in defence here. 56 tackles, 18 of which were marker tackles. Solid effort from the young hooker there. Do you want to take us through the first of the fan views?
Yep, so Carsten says, that game was finished at half-time. Huddersfield were nowhere near winning. The Rhinos showed their potential in the first half and just got home in the second. Very unfriendly stewards, and Gary Hetherington looks like they're losing even when they're up by 30.
Josh said, I don't think I was the only one in that second half that was worried we were going to throw it away. It's bad when you're 4 or 5 scores up and you think you could lose, but we didn't. The first half was class, with good dummy runs from Dwyer and some consistent kicking from Myler. Hurrell gave us all a scare, but all round a good day for Leeds. Hopefully with injuries all around us, we can start getting the wins.
Yep, Rich Wilkinson says, big win for Leeds against an in-form team. The Giants are normally a bogey team for Leeds, so this was a huge win in the context of the season. Awesome display by Dwyer. Off the bottom, thank God.
Mark W. said, after a good early try from Dwyer, we panicked for the rest of the first half. We looked desperate, and it's not surprising nothing came off. A bit more composure in the second half nearly led to the greatest Easter comeback since the original, but it wasn't to be. Yeah, they did get it back to 32-18, and then had an extra man for a spell towards the end, but couldn't quite make it pay. Ash Hanley's breakaway try sealing things really, and stopping any chance of a comeback, but they left it too little too late, did the Giants in this one. And Brad Dwyer is the man jumping off the screen, off the match reports and all of that as the main man. He was directly involved in 4 tries with the score himself or with the assist, and that was all in the first 4 tries, I think, of the game. So that took the game away from Huddersfield in the opening half an hour, and it was Brad Dwyer's performance that really did that. So hats off to him in that one. The opening try for Lola here, that was probably Dwyer's crowning moment and the Leeds Rhinos team's best moment too from the tries I've seen. Some great acceleration from Dwyer throwing a dummy and then quick off the mark. That was probably the pick of the tries in this one, and found Lola here supporting on the inside like all good fullbacks should do. And no controversy it seems. There were a couple of injuries. Conrad Hurrell, hamstring injury, not sure how serious that is. And Sevic Ahifo went off for Huddersfield. There was a sin bin in for Petteru, but it didn't come to more than that with the match review panel. I don't remember it coming to that. And the sin bin in for Tom Briscoe as well. So little bits of minor indiscipline it seems like, but that's that game. I don't have more to say on it. Well done, Leeds, getting off the bottom.
No, I don't have much to say myself. Over at half time, unfortunately for Giants fans, disappointing from their perspective. They seem to be running back into a bit of form. Everybody I said, everybody said that Dwyer was was definitely the man of the match, and obviously it's slightly surprising perhaps in terms of you would have thought maybe Parcell was still number one choice before the season started, but he's certainly he's making that 9 jersey his own.
He was probably number one choice until about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can't argue with the performance. And maybe there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for the Rhinos fans. Maybe.
Off the bottom. Let's move on to a game that I think we'll have even less to say about, although Salford fans might regret not getting the fan reviews into us on this one. But take it away, Al.
Yep, so this was, Warrington must have thought it was a big game because they didn't turn up. Warrington 12, Salford 36. Again, another game that was a bit of a blowout at half-time, 28-6 to Salford. Good crowd, though, 11,867 to see it. And Gareth Hewer was the man in the middle. In terms of statistics, Wire made under 1,000 metres in this game. It's not often you can say that, which wasn't helped by 14 errors, which was 9 more than Salford made. Salford had fewer breaks, but they made more offloads, more tackle busts, and nearly 400 metres more at half a metre per carry, better average gain. For the winning Salford side, Jackson Hastings with a try assist, 137 metres. Josh Jones with 120 metres. Gil Dudson, 114. Tyrone McCarthy with 109 metres. And for the losing Warrington side, Darrell Clark with a try assist, and 40 tackles, and Jack Hughes with 44 tackles. Although what we don't see credited there was the missed tackle by the post, which stopped Joey Lussick initially scoring from his try, which is pretty much all I've got to say about this game. It seemed like the post were doing a better defensive job than the